everyone, the focus of our video is to learn how to draw minions. So this project is inspired by this little figurine that I got from a Happy Meal at McDonald's. And the way we'll tackle this project is breaking up the minion. As you can see, both drawings and both images consist of like different shapes. You see, we have circles here, we have curved lines, we have straight lines. So we'll learn how to kind of like see those separately and then put them together. So let's get started. So first step is, as you can see, there's like the body is kind of like a shape, like a combination of a square and a circle at the same time. It has elements of a square as in the size, but then it has curved edges to make it look like a circle. So we'll go ahead and do that. Remember, it doesn't have to be perfect. It really doesn't. So there you go. Something like that. If you're not and the next step we'll do is to draw the eyeballs. You can see it's just two. The goggles are like two big circles, and then inside it there's another big circle for the eyeballs, and then another smaller circle with a white spot by the corner. So, and take notice how the goggles are touching each other. So we have to make sure our circles touch each other, okay? Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. Here's another circle. Here's another circle. Make sure to try and make them relatively even. And then inside it, we'll draw another circle for the eye. And then, as we said earlier, another smaller circle. You can do this by doing that, and then just put that little corner right there. And we're going to be coloring these, so it won't matter as much. And then after that, we have this little bands that connects the goggles. So we literally just have to do somewhat of a straight curved line next to the goggle, and then in between it, let's draw another straight line, and then we just have to do the same thing to the other side. Bam, there you go. Next thing we're going to focus on is the mouth. The mouth is literally like a letter D, you know, letter D that's turned downwards. So we're going to head and do a letter D that's turned downwards. There you go. And then between that mouth, we have like little rectangle or little squares inside it. So we'll go ahead and do that. And we have 4 of them. So I would do is literally just, you know, the less even it is, the better, because you don't want it super perfect, right? And then after that, I guess we're going to draw this part next, how we have kind of like a straight curved line that goes wrap around his body, and then we have straight lines right here. So we'll go ahead and do that. And then straight line, straight line, straight line, and another slightly curved line that wrap around his body. As for the pocket of the jumpsuit, we have another similar D letter that's turned downwards, so we're just gonna go ahead and do that as well. So the way we do that, if you missed it before, a straight line and then a curved line below it. After that, we're gonna do these little straps right here. So as you can see, if you zoom in, there's a little circle, but then this is kind of like a rectangle, like another curved line here, straight line here. So there you go. So So we'll go ahead and do that, and then we're gonna do the feet next and the arms. As for the arms, we want it a little bit above this jumpsuit right here. So we're just gonna draw a curve line and then kind of like around the area of the strap. That's when you want to start drawing your hands, the little gloves. The way you do that is draw another line here and then kind of like protrude it past the arms and just draw 3 little fingers, like little ice popsicles, you know. There you go. And then we're gonna do the same thing to the other side, a little bit above the jumpsuit. Curved arm right past this little strap. And then we're gonna make the gloves. There you go. As for the legs, we just need to really draw something, a line that kind of curves to the side like this. And then we'll draw a straight line in between it. And then we'll draw a straight line to connect both sides. And then after that, we're just gonna draw a slanted shape. And then we're gonna draw kind of like the back sides of the shoes. We're literally just kind of outline it around the shoes. And there you go. There's our minion. You just finished drawing a minion. Next thing we're gonna do is color it. So we really only need a few colors here. We need blue, yellow, gray, white, and black. So the way we'll do that is, for my drawing, I chose to outline different stuff. In this case, I'm gonna outline the arms with black. I meant the hands with black. And then I'm gonna fill them in afterwards. The other thing that I'm gonna draw with black is the jumpsuit. Don't worry, once you color this in with markers, the pencil, you'll never see it. So literally you'll never see it. Just outline that whole thing. By the way, I'm using Crayola markers, watercolor markers. There you go. And then we forgot one thing. We need to do this. Outline, color that in black. And actually, if we look really close, the eyes, one of them is black, but the other one is brown. So I forgot to mention that. We'll also need the brown watercolor marker. So we'll go ahead and do the black one. And we'll do the brown one after. And then for the goggles, we'll use the color gray. Make sure when you color, you kind of color within the shape. So if the shape is curved, you kind of want to draw in following that shape. And then try your best not to go over one spot too many times. Also, I forgot to mention, if you're drawing on a table, sometimes the watercolor bleeds out. So it would probably be a good idea to put something underneath, like a notebook, a book, or whatever. In this case, I'm using a mouse pad, so you, whatever you want. So we'll have gray for the goggles. We will leave the eyeballs white and the mouth, the teeth white. And then we will use yellow for the body. Yellow for the body. I would suggest drawing, you know, don't go over the same, like I said before, don't go over the same area too many times, because one, it might tear your paper, and two, the color is not gonna look even. As for the jumpsuit, I'll be using the color blue. See how dark it is? That's why I decided to outline the jumpsuit, because blue is really dark and I want it to pop a little more by outlining it. So you just kind of want to follow along. Markers are great because it really makes it look even. As long as you don't go over the same area too many times. Yeah, so basically the coloring technique I'm using right now, just apply that especially to the big areas like the body. And we'll also color the arms yellow. So this is gonna take forever to color, to be honest. So I'm gonna go ahead and do it and show you the final results afterwards. Okay, and we're done. So I just finished coloring the whole minion. I just like to point out a few differences. As you can see, there's a difference between the mouth. The mouth, I colored this white, whereas this one, I kept it yellow and made the teeth white. And that's exactly how the minion is. And then also, one more thing that I missed during the drawing. I would like you guys to add one line in between the body, in between the jumpsuit, to kind of separate each side, the left side and the right side. Besides that, yeah, that's all really there is to it. And then I would also like to point out that this project is very versatile. I mean, we know how minions look like. Some of them are really long and skinny, some of them are really short and chunky. So it depends on you. Also, you don't have to color the minions exactly the way I did. You can have a pink jumpsuit, you can have pink goggles, you can have a blue minion. Really, it doesn't matter. And that's the beauty of this project. You know, you make it your own. It doesn't have to be perfect. You do you. And yeah, that's it for today. See y'all.